My name is Julian Stevens, and I'm a researcher here on the Kona coast of the Big Island. A lot of times, because I start work at about 8 o'clock, I can get into the ocean first thing. Freediving for me and snorkeling is really about getting to know the reef, getting to know that aquatic environment. I originally came out to Hawaii because I wanted to study marine biology. And when I got out here, I was really amazed by the ecosystems, by the environment here, and by the people. The culture and the traditions here in Hawaii are quite strong and rich. And I think until you live here, you don't really know what that's all about. It takes a long time to get integrated into the community, but it's quite a privilege to be here and to work in aquaculture in a place where the Hawaiians traditionally had been raising fish in fish ponds and doing traditional aquaculture practices for hundreds of years.
I'm Amelia. I grow fish from eggs to about this big, and when the fish are really small, I also grow their food. When I was really young, I was afraid of fish and I didn't want to get in the water. I would see fish in the water and be totally freaked out. But that all kind of changed. I got into scuba diving, and so I ended up being around fish a lot. And then in college, I finally sort of transitioned into fish.
My name is Senifa Anadil. I live in Waimea on the Big Island of Hawaii. I have an undergrad in marine science from the University of Hawaii at Hilo, and I also have a master's degree in tropical conservation biology and environmental science. My focus was in fish behavior and fish biology, so I do love fish. It was important for me to know that what I was going to get into aligned with the values that I had. Mainly along the lines of self-sustainability, wanting to kind of do my own thing and try to minimize the things that I need to rely on others for. And here in Hawaii, there's a lot of local people who try and live sustainably. Here in Waimea in particular, it's like the Paniolo town, it's the cowboy town, and so you drive through our little town and it's pasture all over the place. You got sheep, goats, alpacas down the road, a lot of cattle, horses, everything.
It's a really interesting thing to live on a volcanic island. A lot of people, their vision of Hawaii, when they come to the Big Island, they're kind of shocked with the Kona coast because it's covered in lava rock from the different lava flows. That natural, living, breathing island that we're sitting on it makes this place such an amazing home.
It really is a big island. Like, that's the colloquial term, and it really feels like it. There's so many different microclimates on this island. You can drive around and you feel like you've traveled, which is really neat. I went up to Mauna Kea to the very top this year, and it's just covered in snow, and you would never know that you're in Hawaii, so it doesn't really feel small to me.
Everything's connected from the top of the mountain all the way down to the coral reefs and past that. And so whatever you do in your little spot's gonna affect many other things.
The work that we do here is about demonstrating that we have love and respect and aloha for this place. I think that's really what it means to be Hawaiian, is to truly respect and love these islands.
Nothing beats being out on the boat, being in the water, watching the fish. When you're in the cage with them, they are surrounding you. They're curious, they come to check you out, they're scratching up against you, so they're constantly just feel like you're getting beat up by the fish the whole time you're in the water. You can't see where you're going a lot of time, and you're hanging onto the cage and net and just kind of pulling your way through where you gotta go. But it's awesome. You get right up close with the fish. I'll sit there and you like start scratching behind the fish's eye, and they'll just like go into this trance. They love it, yeah. They all act a little different depending on how hungry they are. So it's kind of funny, it's kind of fun.
I think people struggle with the idea of aquaculture at this stage primarily because we've so often associated the ocean and fish with fishing. And there's a real romanticized image in our minds about this, where we see that the main way that we produce fish is through going out there and harvesting them, and it's going to be, like an old salty fisherman out there on his small boat, reeling in his fish. But the truth of it is, currently today, the world's fish supplies are overexploited. And so, even though people really struggle with the idea of aquaculture is the future when it comes to fisheries and when it comes to fish. If we're going to have 9 billion people in another 20 odd years, then we need to be able to produce more food. And aquaculture is really the way forward to do that.
I do think there's a lot of controversy on aquaculture, this modern aquaculture here in Hawaii. I'm a fisherman and I love fishing, but I still feel that there's a huge threat of overfishing. And so for me, fish farming is a way to kind of help out with that. With our fish farm, we're doing it right. Our location is ideal. The fish they're in cages, they're offshore, they're in a higher current area, so there's a lot of water movement through the cages, so the fish are constantly in fresh ocean water. The fish waste or any of that that's being produced is not affecting any coral reefs, and we know this because we monitor it.
And I think now we've got both a challenge and an opportunity to reframe fish farming. We have to try extra hard to be sustainable and be something that people can look at and say, okay, this is ethical, this is sustainable, this is what we want. So it's a challenge, but I think with time and with lots of little conversations with people who are curious about it, that we can change some minds.